I don't remember when exactly you did, but again, in a way, this is one way that you and I are I think,
Linked forever.
linked
Yes.
forever. Is there's I can't tell you how frequently now people come up to, or not come up to me on the street, but come up to me virtually and say, I can't believe you're the person who invented Markdown. And I'm like, yeah, I invented
Hmm.
Markdown and
Hmm.
wrote the spec, wrote the first parser. That's my baby.
Hmm.
And they're like, I had no idea. And it's same way Chris invented the
Yes.
hashtag. I guess like it was, I'm gonna guess it was like 2009,
Seven.
2007, or was that early?
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
people don't know that. And I think that, certainly, my son is 20. I think
Mm.
people of his generation probably just can't imagine a world without them and social media, and that it was invented. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. I don't know if everybody listening to the show knows this, but Chris just
Mm.
literally came up with the idea that you could just preface a tag and put a hashtag in front of it, put the pound sign in front of it, creating a thing that you could search, because that was the whole idea.
Yeah,
And then you'd have this
that's right.
string of characters you could search for, and then all the tweets that had the same string would show
Hmm.
up in the search. There was no integration from Twitter itself, so they weren't
Mm-mm.
hot links. You couldn't click on them. They were
They
just
were stupid
text.
looking words. Yeah.
Right, just stupid looking words. And but then, and the same way somebody else, I forget, I think it was not quite invented, but similar to at
Yeah.
username, was a
Yep.
way of referencing somebody. And
And
again,
retweets. Yeah.
right,
Also
they
retweets.
none
Yep.
of the, yeah, you'd type the letters
Yeah.
RT
RT
colon,
space username. And
right.
then
Yeah.
yeah.
All of that stuff was invented by users and then became adopted by the platform. And they were like, oh, well, let's do it properly and actually make it a thing people can click
Well,
and then
no,
have.
actually, I mean, again, and the funny thing is, like, Twitter resisted it in the beginning.
Oh,
They hated it. They
right.
didn't want it, and the only way that it came to Twitter was as a Trojan horse through acquisitions, because third parties like Summeyes, which then became the Twitter search engine, had adopted it for their product.
How do you know that they resisted it? Who was the people
Oh,
resisting?
I
I
mean,
want you
they
to name
talk
names.
shit
It's
about
old
it
enough now. It's
forever.
come on, it's old enough now.
No, I mean, especially Biz. There was actually a little mini fake trailer for like a Twitter movie or something years ago, and there's this like moment where like the actor playing Biz Stone comes around the corner and he's like hashtags, and he's like so angry. I mean, that was literally like the vibe that I got from people at Twitter, and I had plenty of people on the inside that would tell me this, and so uh, look, it worked out. It's fine. I just like I guess I will always have a little chip on my shoulder because it's sort of like one of those things where it's like, look, I'm open to better ideas. I'm open to better solutions. I'm open to evolutions, but in terms of the problems that we needed to solve at the time, it was the best possible kind of worst solution of all of them.
Well, think about like a cruise ship, right? There's 5,000 passengers and there's, I don't know, a couple hundred crew members. And the
Sure.
crew decides where the ship is going and what you're going to eat and what's going to happen and all this stuff.
Mm.
But and platforms like Twitter, it's especially social ones,
Yeah.
tend to think of themselves as being we're the crew, we steer the ship. But
I'm the
social
captain now.
social
Just kidding.
platforms are different than a cruise ship, right? You didn't need we didn't need a mutiny to do it,
Well,
but
I mean,
but the
it's a
user
bi-directional. Yeah.
user
Yeah.
behavior en masse
Yes.
steers the platform. And there was nothing, Twitter not adopting it and sort of wanting to ignore it and wishing it would go away didn't change the fact that more and more people were getting, oh, I get what these things are. I'm going to use
Mhm.
them too. I'm going to put them in my tweets. I'm going to search for them. We're going to form communities where our community will use this hashtag so that whether you're following the people or not, you get these de facto groups. That the user behavior in large steered the platform. And the resistance was them like, hey, this is our platform. We're the ones who are supposed to be steering
Yes.
this.
That was constantly the case with Twitter also. I mean, old school Twitter,
Yes, I
right?
think
Where it was,
Twitter in particular was
yeah,
had an obstinate culture.
absolutely.